continuing with the Aztec interdisciplinary material. So, the section we left off at is the Industrial Revolution. So, we're doing sections of geography, and we learned that there were three different kinds of societies. So, hunter-gatherer foraging societies started 1.8 million years ago, and agricultural societies started 11,000 years ago, and the industrial society started 250 years ago, so very recently. So again, the Industrial Revolution included global trading of goods via more advanced transportation, the invention of more advanced tools and machinery, as well as manufacturing, and the growth of larger cities. Some of the examples of the new inventions were the pyramids, the castles, the cathedrals, the canals, the roads, the railways, cement, mining, textiles, goods, housing. So demographics is the study of large populations of human communities. Urbanization is the growth of towns and cities by people moving or migrating from farms to cities. So demographics is study of communities and populations. And then cultural exchange means when groups of people trade customs, practices, and ideas and beliefs with one another. Globalization is when the ideas and the products and cultural traits go through global exchange or worldwide. Interdependent means when people around the world are dependent on each other for economic reasons. The Industrial Revolution used the natural resources such as oil, gas, coal, metals, minerals, water, trees, land. So these were the natural resources, or are. It is important for our survival to preserve a sustainable relationship between humans and the environment. Even with all the development we need to control our behavior and the systems and technology. Geology is therefore the study of what happens, and the choices that we make. As we live along with our physical environment. The next section is called Civics. This is how people organize and govern themselves. Citizenship includes rules, laws, customs, ethics, ideas that make up how we choose to live. In a democratic republic, citizens elect or vote other citizens to. Okay, so I'm sorry we got cut off, so I don't know. Let's just repeat what we just started. So we're doing the civics section, which means how people organize and govern themselves. Citizenship means rules, laws, customs, ethics, ideas that make up how we choose to live. In a democratic republic, citizens elect or vote the other citizens to run the government as trusted representatives. The style is called secular or not belonging to any religion. A system of checks and balances ensures that no one person or group gets a monopoly over the government of the nation or the state. U.S. has three branches of government. One is legislative, with elected representatives. Through our chosen representatives, we all take part in a consensus or a general agreement to create laws that govern the country. So, popular sovereignty means the citizens of the nation have the ultimate authority. Sovereignty. Each elected candidate has authority only over his or her jurisdiction. The people who had the right to vote for or against him or her consist of that area or jurisdiction. We divide up power, and each authority has a designated piece in a big puzzle. Jurisdiction means the defined area of authority for a particular elected official. Once elected representatives are supported by a bureaucracy of non-elected government workers and officials who work hard to maintain our system of government. The second branch is executive or an elected president, and the third branch of government is judicial, which is the judges, which some are elected and others appointed. And in this democratic government, there's separation of powers, so different branches of government have different responsibilities. In a different government called a monarchy, this is governed by a family line of kings and queens. Example is the United Kingdom. In a different kind of government called oligarchy, a small group of groups or organizations run the government. Oligarchy. And then in a theocracy, a religious leader like a pope is a head of state and has legislative, executive, and judicial powers in that region. Example is the Vatican City in Italy. That's theocracy. So oligarchy, monarchy, and democracy. Those are all the four different kinds of governments in civics. Okay, now the next section is economics. Economics is concerned with how goods, resources, services are produced and distributed, sold, and bought. Command economy is a government which makes all the decisions about production by companies. And the word entrepreneurship means having your own business or making all the production choices of producing and selling. In a capitalism, an economic system is where usually the companies are privately owned. In capitalistic economic systems, you're free to own a private company and to compete with other private companies to sell your product. Competition takes control of the prices, and the rules of supply and demand take effect, and market trends can also be researched. Businesses import components for their products from whichever country supplies the cheaper parts, and the same selection of businesses applies to finding specialized labor. This is for gaining comparative advantage by companies, which means better for cheaper, to keep production costs low and profits high. Conversely, if production costs went up, the product would cost much higher and the profit would decrease, causing the company to possibly close or go bankrupt. So the company chooses where to combine and to package the unit products. If importing product parts, they may need to pay shipping and tariff, which is a tax on foreign components brought into countries' imports and exports. We'll continue in the next part. Thank you, guys.